I think I'm not the first one to make this connection, but Ravel, he loved the mirrors. The reflections, I think it's in more ways than one. We have the reflection of Ravel and his composers, but there's also the reflections in the water. In some way also the reflection of time, like we have all of this music that was written more earlier in 19th century, while he was already going in the 20th century, but looking back. For my first album, I wanted to present a composer that is one of my favorites, if not my favorite composer, Maurice Ravel. It's also his anniversary this year. So just a lot of favorite pieces. I think in the music of Ravel there's kind of a bittersweetness. There's all of this major nines and everything that I feel like when he builds the fifths on top of each other. And there's a sensuality that I think is very special to him, is maybe not always in a way erotic, but more of a sensuality of the sound. I also just love to play his music because it is, in a way, he uses the piano like nobody else. Because he was not the best, maybe, pianist, I think one could say that because he failed his pianist exams at the Paris Conservatoire. He was able to find certain combinations of how to use the hands that might at first seem not so comfortable, not possible to do, or in a way unusual, not really pianistic, but then it makes a kind of sound that is like nobody else. For his piano music, there's always a lot of inspiration from other composers, from other stories. Like, for example, in this case, you have Gaspard de la Nuit, which is inspired by the stories of Aloysius Bertrand. There's 3 poems about the night, about night and death. And not just the poetry inspired him, but also it was a kind of challenge for him to write a piece that was more difficult than Balakirev's Islamé, which is why I decided to put them together. The most difficult piece in the world with the most difficult piece in the world, version 2. The other reflections that I wanted to present is Jeux. We have Liszt Jeux de Villa d'Este. It's a piece that's just full of colors. I mean, it's really like a painting. And I think that inspired Ravel very much to write one of his first piano masterpieces. This very short but very fine Jeux for piano from 1905. The third reflection that I chose is the Viennese one, the Viennese waltz. I think had for him a very special place. He looked at it from the view of the very classic way, like Schubert's waltzes, but also Johann Strauss waltzes. I thought it would be nice to have the Die Fledermaus, that is a piece full of melodies that Godowski, he likes to put them together, 3-4 melodies at the same time. In the climax, maybe 5, who knows. But it's really an array of very a tasty menu, maybe I would say. There's waltzes, there's polkas. Even it starts with one of my favorite moments of the opera, when the Rosalinde, the main character, she has to say goodbye to her husband that is going to prison for flipping out on a police officer, and she's pretending, oh, I'm so sad. How can I have my steak without my husband? And in this sadness, they find suddenly the polka, and they say, oje, oje, wie rührt mich das? And they start dancing. So there is this, also here there is a kind of sweetness in the sadness, I could say. The idea of the CD, it came from Tobias Richter of the Géza Anda Foundation. He came to me and he thought that it would be nice for the prize winners of the Géza Anda competition to record a live album. I love this kind of challenges, so well, this is the result. I couldn't have made this album without the support of the Géza Anda Foundation and the Alice Rosner Foundation. So I'm very thankful to them. And I'm also very thankful to the Wiener Konzerthaus for giving me the opportunity to record here, also in the hall, in the Große Saal. I'm Anton Gerzenberg, I'm a pianist, and this is my album.